It is the morning of the 18th of October, in the year 1894. A dismal grey morning in the city of London, where most of the society is away on dangerous and mysterious missions. But Elsie Smith is currently at Grosvenor Square, almost on her own. There are the servants, and there is Miss Cynthia Plum, her chaperone and companion. But the rest of the society have gone off without her, leaving her to do whatever she does when life and death events are not occurring. And you're getting on with what would Elsie like to be doing this morning around the house?
I think I'll be practicing my oil painting on my own.
Okay. Yeah, you're busy doing some painting. As is traditional for painting practice, please give me a painting roll. Let's see how it's going.
It's successful.
Excellent. All right, give that a little tick. Oil
That's a
painting.
hard success
It's
too.
getting better. This is looking good. What is it you're painting? What is this? What is it a painting of?
I think it'll be a still life of some fruits, but next to it is Cynthia reading a book.
Okay. Still life and Cynthia. So the painting is going well, and you hear a knock at the door downstairs, and you hear one of the servants, presumably James, going to answer the door. And a few moments later, James appears around the edge of the door with a knock. Miss Smith, there is a young gentleman downstairs asking to see you. He says his name is Penhew.
All right. I will put my paintbrush down and remove my smock and wipe my hands off and all of that, and then I'll head downstairs.
All right. And yeah, waiting downstairs in the parlour is Aubrey Penhew. Cynthia will probably follow you downstairs for this because, you know, the young gentleman in the house who is not one of the strange and mysterious ones that she tries to avoid because dangerous things happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Aubrey Penhew is sat in the parlour. He's probably a couple of years older than Elsie, but not very much older than Elsie.
Yeah, I think only two. Elsie's 17 and I think he was 19.
Yeah. He's sat in the parlour and he stands up as you enter. Miss Smith.
Mr. Penhew.
Glad to see you're here. And more or less alone? We're not about to be ambushed by your magician friend?
No, but Miss Plum is still here.
Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Plum. No, I was just passing by. I'm down in London for a few days, break from term. And I thought I would call in on you and the society. I had there's an exhibition, you see, at the British Museum. Sorry, things all mixed up here. There's an exhibition, an Egyptology one. I wondered if you might be interested in accompanying me to it.
I'm going to look at Miss Cynthia, and then I will. Yes, I would be glad to join you.
Wonderful. I thought you might be interested. It's a number of artifacts from some few digs from south of Cairo. And quite fascinating stuff by all accounts. And as he begins to talk about it, you hear the rattle of a carriage drawing up outside the society. Anyway, it's on for the whole week, but I was thinking, does tomorrow suit, or would the day after be more amenable?
As far as I'm aware, tomorrow is available. I have my painting lesson in the morning, but in the afternoon, I am free.
Tomorrow afternoon, then. I will come pick you up in a carriage, and of course, if anything happens between then and now, here's my London address.
Thank you.
And keep update you on all the matters of Oxford. Nothing dramatic has happened since the last time you were in Oxford, thank goodness.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
Our new classics professor seems wholly uninterested in matters of the occult. It is quite refreshing, really. And as he passes her over the address, it's about this time that the carriage containing the rest of the London Esoteric Society, newly back from Brichester, where they left this morning, rolls up outside the front door of number 18 Grosvenor Square. So yeah, the other 4 of 5, I need to learn to count. 5 of you packed into this carriage. Yesterday was your exciting adventure down into the maze, and today, some of your scrapes and bruises have mended a little. So those of you who just took minor injuries, if you have any left unhealed by Mortimer's magic doctoring, you can count those off. Maximilian, your wounds show as yet no sign of healing. In fact, they're a little blackened around the edges. They're not looking great, and you still don't feel great. The rest of you can see just Maximilian does not look quite his usual self. But yes, as you pull up outside the society, who's heading on in? Who's taking the lead? And
Gentlemen,
is there anything we need to do before
yes,
we separate?
yes. I'm about to go in there, try to behave myself the best that I can, and continue this new leaf that I've turned. It's going to be terrible for me, and I would like some support. D'Angelo, you have the ability to be a soothing, calming influence. Would you please accompany me as I go into the Esoteric Society?
Forgive my ignorance, but I'm not sure what is
Elsie and I hate each
problem?
other with undying, burning passion. The thing with the maid, the rabbit incident.
Look, as far as I understand, they're both hotheads and they keep bashing their heads together the entire time.
Accurate but painful.
Oh, was I not supposed to say that out loud?
No, you were. You were. You look, it's fine.
I'm not in the right mind right now.
You're doing the best that you can, Maximilian, and it's all
Let's
right.
just get in there. And
Yeah.
Max, I need to have a check of your injuries again, see if I can do anything about them.
Yeah.
Looking at you in the sunlight, you're not looking so great.
Yeah, sounds good. Like, let's get up.
Yeah, Mortimer will help Max anyway, because he isn't well.
yeah, so as you head inside, you can hear voices from the parlour, and up in the parlour, Elsie, you can hear the door opening and the sound and clatter of a large group of people entering the house. Who currently has the large tome retrieved from the maze? Who's got that at the moment?
You carrying
D'Angelo
that?
would, unless anyone has issues with it.
I think Mortimer will be too focused on Max and helping him up. Basically, can't not. I mean, the book's about half the size of Max, so you can only handle one of them at the time.
And D'Angelo has it.
Okay, yeah, D'Angelo's got the big book.
Whose voices do I hear, or are they silently walking in or tromping in?
Can we do a stealth roll?
I mean, if you're
No.
trying to sneak stealthily into the house, yes. But if you're just
Max is just gonna stumble, so he's gonna fumble everything that is stealth right now.
I'll head in. I'll be the first one in.
All right, but
So,
do I?
yeah, James would open the door to you, Ignatius. Mr. Emberath, in you come.
Thank you, sir. If you could assist with Maximilian is not feeling very well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He goes to help
Thank you.
Maximilian. Up in the parlor, Elsie, you hear Ignatius's voice from downstairs, and you see
And
Penhew look a little paler.
Penhew, remind me, he was.
Penhew was the guy in Oxford. Well, the guy who
we've
originally
hashed
came
it
back
up.
trying to get.
Yeah, we're on better terms now. So that is because I technically saved his life. So that's
Yes, you did
yeah.
save his life.
Yeah. I smell no rabbit stew. This is good. This is good. Hello, I call out.
Hello, I'm coming out of the parlor at this point.
Yeah, so you come out of the parlor. As you see downstairs in the hall, the whole gang has arrived.
More or less.
I am going to take in the appearance of each one of them and see what's needed.
Well,
Everyone looks fine, I think. A few cuts and bruises that have healed up. But except for Max. Max looks half dead. And that's the polite.
Generous.
Yeah.
That might be generous.
He looks out of sorts and half dead.
What's happened?
You need to be updated, but I need to check over Max's injuries. Is there a room spare somewhere? I could just check over and see.
There's a chaise lounge right over here, and
Just to make sure the dressings are holding.
I'll guide them over to the
I'm
lounge.
sure someone will update you. If not, I'll tell you what you need.
I've been playing hero. I was stupid.
He was
Admirable and
magnificent.
honorable.
And I'm gonna just plop down there, put my head against the backrest.
Good to see you,
How have
Elsie.
you been, Miss Smith?
Fine. Just doing my normal things. What happened? Where did you all go, and why is Mr. Johnson in this state?
Well,
I'm looking at Ignatius right now because it's probably got to do with him.
yeah. Pick a card. Any card. So what happened? Do you want I'll give you the brief version. Is my curse almost killed me. I managed to set up a challenge with the god who's trying to kill me. We went and did the first challenge. We succeeded. There's 2 more challenges left. And yeah, if we fail, my soul is forfeit. John Greaves' soul is forfeit. Maximilian's soul is forfeit. And Mortimer's soul is forfeit. But they all agreed to it. And if I didn't challenge this thing, it was going to kill me almost immediately. So I didn't have much, what's the word I'm looking for? much discretion. There wasn't much discretion. Also, your maid murdered my rabbit and then ate it, and then I acted poorly, and then we apologized to each other like adults, and everything is right as rain. Yeah.
Okay, well, if you will excuse me, I'm going to let my guests know that there is
Oh, who's here?
that
Who's here?
needs to be dealt with. And I will ignore that question and go upstairs to the parlor to let Penhew know that everyone from the Esoteric Society is here and that there has been injuries.
I want
Well,
to do
I
a
had
sneak
best-
roll or a stealth roll
Yeah, you're trying
and
to try and
mirror
follow her.
movements. Yeah, but I don't
Then-
want her to know.
D'Angelo would like to prevent the stealth roll, make it harder. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I was going to say do this with a penalty, but this is not necessary. So Elsie, as Penhew puts down his cup and says, well, in that case, I had best be going. You could hear the sound of someone coming up the stairs. The stairs creaking.
Oh, damn it. I get jovial sometimes when I sneak. Sorry. And then you hear me sneak back downstairs.
I think I had best be going. It sounds like there are matters to attend to.
I apologize to cut this visit short.
I hope to still see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Assuming, and I gesture out the door, assuming nothing goes
Of
wrong.
course, assuming that no one is dying or...
Well, actually, it looks like somebody is, so...
Well, yes. If you're not available, I will understand. That's like...
If not
Anyway.
tomorrow, then the day after.
Yes. Well, you know where to send word.
Yes, thank you.
Right. And pleasure to meet you again, Miss Clark. And he exits, heading downstairs and taking his hat and coat.
Do
we
I
see him?
see him?
Yeah, anyone still around? Anyone who's still like around the hall, rather than I think Mortimer and Maximilian are in one of the rooms.
Yes, on a
chaise.
Yeah, that one. I can't pronounce it properly.
You're
But-
looking at the wrong person for correct pronunciations here, so don't.
When I spot him, I take a deep breath, and I am continuing on with trying to be a better behaved Ignatius. And I walk up and say, "Oh, Penhew, sir, my good boy, it's so good to see you. I'm glad that we patched our differences up so we could, when we meet like this, it's not a dreadful affair. How are you?"
I'm well, and don't worry, I'm not here to attempt to borrow any books.
I was going to say,
Excellent, excellent.
I see Penhew. How are you?
Are you back in school?
I didn't realise you were here now. Yes, I'm just down in London for a few days.
It was good, excellent to see you. Do you need help with anything?
No, I was just leaving.
Oh, Really?
Nothing's wrong. This is purely a social call. There's nothing for anyone to be concerned about.
oh, okay. Well, in that case, hope to have a drink with you while you're in town. Take care. And I'm gonna
yes.
go find Maximilian and Mortimer.
Okay. So Maximilian and Mortimer. So Mortimer, you've unbandaged Maximilian's arm. You can see these essentially large bite marks where the avatar of the god had seized hold of him with its nasty toothed hands and taken a chunk out of him. And the wound looks worse than it did when it initially happened.
Oh,
like it's this
so it's actually getting
suffocating
worse.
wound. It just doesn't seem to be healing at all.
Okay, so it's not actually like progressing and getting worse.
It's hard to be sure. It's only been a day.
Can I try a medicine roll? Because I think I got a success last time. I just want to see if I can understand the injury more. Although I know it's supernatural, I want to know the physical side of it.
Yeah, you can give me a medicine roll.
To see if I can actually get a better than a success on it. There.
Yes, studying the wound, as I said, it's only been a day, so it's hard to get perhaps it's just something in that creature's like saliva, or the mouth hands even have saliva, but something on its teeth or some form of like infection.
Well-
It's hard to be sure after only a day.
Yeah, they don't seem natural anyway, but the creature we encountered wasn't.
No,
Yeah,
decidedly
exactly.
unnatural.
I'm just wondering. I've got an idea, which is probably a bad idea, but this isn't a natural injury, nowhere near a natural injury. So I don't think normal medicine can treat it. I can't seem to do anything for it. So whether there's a possibility of a supernatural way to treat it. Do these injuries look anything like the effects of the black words?
Not particularly, not the way that you've seen the black words used. I'm trying to think if you've seen anyone who's been affected by the black words up close afterwards.
That's true. I think both times I've cast it, it's been pretty dark.
I think most times you cast it as well, you definitely could cast it against Mr.
Gas.
HP in
Yeah.
Paris, but
Yeah.
you then ran away. You didn't stop around to see the effects.
True. And then there's the ghast in the catacombs.
Yes, it was very dark down there. So you're not. You seem to have that being more of a whole body effect, but you don't.
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking is, if there's a way to transfer the injury somewhere else, like to someone else, or transfer health from somewhere to that to treat it, rather than cure the injury, effectively moving the injury, or moving health to treat it from somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Yes, you are not currently aware of any such measure, but you also know that stranger things are possible in this world.
Exactly, which is why I'm thinking that along those lines. Could I try a mythos roll, or would it not be relevant?
I mean, you can give me a mythos roll, but this is not something that you have encountered before, so it will be of limited use.
Yeah, it's pretty much just making it up as he goes along. That's a fail, so he's got no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea how to do this, but that doesn't mean it's not possible.
Stranger things have happened. I mean, a minor god imprisoned in a maze beneath a prison in the Severn Valley. Who knows? But yeah, so I'll just basically redress the wounds as well as I can and just patch them up, really. Max, I'm not sure. There doesn't seem to be anything I can normally do to treat this. It doesn't seem to be getting any worse, but it doesn't seem to be getting better either.
You think they might be cursed? I've been slower, and not like physical, but like in my mind.
I'm just wondering whether it caused, well, a mental injury rather than a physical as well. Because it seemed strange after it hit you, well, after it bit you the first time, it let you go as well. I think that was about the time we got the book. It just seems a bit strange it let us go, because I'm fairly certain it has been in that maze for 4 centuries. It knows that maze. It probably chased us to where the book was.
I don't know.
No, but I'm just wondering if there's a supernatural way to treat this injury. That's what I'm going to look into next. So we will get a solution. We will fix this.
Maybe talk with Elsie and John. They're the other D'Angelo maybe, and they're probably they might have ideas.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A group of us can work together. We'll probably come up with a solution.
Yeah, I'm the only one without any weird knowledge, so it's probably best that it hit me.
I don't think anyone else could have survived.
maybe. I don't know.
There's a reason I was staying that close. I just wish I was a better shot.
Okay, whilst you two are having this conversation, what are John and D'Angelo up to at the moment? And also Ignatius, because he had a brief conversation with Penhew, but
Ignatius is, real quick for him, he's seen the wounds and whatnot, and he would probably try to make, he suspects they're supernatural, so he'd probably either make a Cthulhu mythos roll or, something like that to try to find some frame of reference.
yeah, you can give me a mythos roll, please, see if you know anything of relevance to this.
Elsie's gone to the kitchen to fetch some boiling water and some clean rags for bandages. If Agnes is there, I'm going to mention it to her that there's some serious injury up there, and if she knows anything that can help, because it didn't look like Dr. Davenport was able to work on it.
Interesting, good question. I mean, if the doctor can't heal it, then...
Well, I don't know. He looks really rough, and even if it was a quick patch on the way here, I don't know. He might have been close to death when it first happened, but if you know anything at all.
I mean,
where's our sharpest knife?
Oh, I can definitely... This one's the best knife.
Thank you.
I can definitely help you with that, but I don't know much about medicine. Back home, it's mostly just, herbs and prayers.
Herbs? Do we have any that would work?
I can see what we've got in the garden.
If you can bring them, we're in the lounge near the front.
Yes.
And I'll go back with the boiling water and the bandages and the knife.
Okay, so as Elsie heads into, let's call it the sick room for now, with boiling water, bandages, and a very sharp knife. Yes, John and D'Angelo, what are you up to?
I was with Ignatius when we saw Penhew out the door. So I'm seeing Ignatius sort of deep in thought at this point when he's doing his mythos roll. I'd say, well, we made it through that the first challenge, but I wonder what the second one, when you're going to be told what the second one is.
Oh, I have a suspicion. I think I know when the midnight will tell me. It's probably when it's one of two ways. The most likely avenue is I'll fall asleep and get it in a dream directly. Or weird shit with shadows happens around me, so maybe I'll be like, walking down the alley, trying to get a pint or whatever, and then boom, cryptic, scary message out of the shadow. I don't know.
Well, how was the second one? Because you've not fared well with the first one.
No, the last one I was very, very appeasing and dare I say political, and it knew what I was doing, but I didn't create any offense. So it didn't nuke me. I suspect that even if I keep doing that, I'll get bored or not nuke. I'm sorry, it's a familial saying. Hurt me. I imagine they would hurt me again out of boredom. So I don't. It's tough. It's tough every time going to sleep and thinking that you might wake up eviscerated.
Well, I mean that one time you woke up, I think it just gave you a little love tap, but then you suffered from that for a bit. You've patched up relations with this being?
Probably not. Probably. I mean, it murdered all my friends and all of that, and so I definitely don't know what the next challenge is or when it's happening.
Okay.
Definitely don't know that. John, you probably know that Ignatius is.
I was going to say, Ignatius, if you're trying to lie on this, give me a fast talk roll whilst you're doing this. Because you do know what the challenge is.
Yeah,
I was giving you the benefit of doubt there for a moment, whether you'd forgotten that you knew what the challenge was. But no, you know. But John doesn't necessarily know that you know.
Yeah.
Well, just let us know when you do, because we're all in this with you.
Well, yeah, don't remind me. I feel awful for having dragged all of you into this side. Oh, well, I'm gonna go see if I can. I have an idea to help Maximilian, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna result in me being yelled at, maybe rightfully so.
Oh, I'd like to see that. But let's go. I want to see.
Thanks, John.
Sure.
Protect me, my battle librarian.
Anytime.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna run into wherever not literally run in. I'm gonna go to where Maximilian and Mortimer are. I'm gonna peek my head in. I'm gonna see who's in the room.
In the room are Maximilian on the chaise longue, Mortimer doing some medical examination, and Elsie with a very sharp knife.
Hey, Elsie. What are you doing with that knife?
I didn't know if it was needed.
Oh no, there's no need for knives around me. No, I'm. Would you please
And
put
I
that down?
gesture with the knife to the wound. It hasn't been rebandaged yet, has it?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Okay, so we're I guess we're cleaning it now. Let's clean it. And I hand the knife to Mortimer. Maybe moving the dead will help. But if this is gangrene, we need to remove it.
I'll just start treating the wound by removing the bandages and the dressings first, using the knife to cut the bandages for it.
Wait! Stop! I have an idea to help him. We could ask Abner. I'm gonna leave now because I'm gonna lose my lunch, and I don't think that is going to help with the sanitary conditions thus far. Maximilian, I'm wishing you the best. Let me know if I can do anything for you. John's coming. He might have the stomach for this. Elsie, can I fall asleep? Is there a place I could take a load off and rest, please?
There is a spare room upstairs. Use the one you've used previously.
Does it still have that scent from that moment?
I think they cleaned it, but I don't think you should involve Abner in the whole thing. This thing is complicated enough as it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's your body.
Abner's not a good person. He's a monster, pretty much. I'm not even sure he's a person.
Oh no, he's absolutely horrible. But I just want.
I think it'd get more complicated. I mean, he has certain views about the society, and I think he would try to do everything to remove the society if he could benefit from it.
He is horrified.
He's
yeah.
one shopkeeper?
Yes, he has ghouls that work for him.
And a mummy. And he might be a mummy or a ghoul. Hey, he's really weird.
You talking about that mummy again?
I would have preferred he not be anywhere on these premises.
Yeah,
he never
dangerous.
leaves his house. He's a creepy mummy man, so he likes to. He's a homebody.
I believe.
Anyway, I'm going to bed now because I fuck up everything with bad ideas and brilliance. It's hard to disseminate through. Bye. Woohoo. And then you just hear me up to bed,
sneaking away.
Yep.
Okay, as he sneaks up away, where is D'Angelo at the moment? What's D'Angelo up to whilst all this is going on?
D'Angelo would be in the room, like the reading room or the room with other books, whatever that will be called in this time period. Sure. Yes, the library, and he has the big tome, and he is examining it to see if we can understand what it's from and things like that.
Okay, so if you're examining it as like an object rather than looking at the text, I think that is the role I'll have to. Appraise or archaeology, I think, would be suitable. If you're trying to actually understand the text itself, that would be a Latin role. Unless you have any other specific skills that you think would be suited to the occasion that I've forgotten exist. Like old book examination skill or like... Okay.
I do have art literature, but I wrote Latin.
Okay, as you start to examine this text, you see this is quite interesting text. It seems to be a description of worship of various gods, listing their names and rituals to call upon them and invoke them. It most specifically seems to be instructions to reach entities beyond this world, entities that are trapped elsewhere. And as you read over it, it talks about travels amongst the stars. It talks about dread and terrible gods and creatures trapped beyond the gulf of subterranean night, beyond vast walls, tattered eyeless figures of the dark. Its contents moves and dives into some slightly disturbing descriptions of some of the rituals of worship and invocation of these gods. The way you get their attention and the way you summon them is not necessarily pleasant. The illustrations along the side in this illuminated medieval style do seem to be depicting a good deal of human sacrifice, acts of butchery, people being flayed alive, various limbs being removed. It's altogether quite disturbing content. In fact, to pick your way through this, I am going to be asking you to make a little roll for me in just a moment when I check.
You could just not do that. We could just not translate those parts. We can just skip those parts.
Give me a sanity roll here. This is going to be a sanity roll for if you manage to stop reading and effectively skip the gory parts and the disturbing parts and the descriptions of no. Once you start reading, your eyes.
Can I spend luck on this? I
Not
can't spend
on
luck on this.
sanity. No. Your eyes are just drawn through these passages, even though you know you really should stop reading. Like, there's no. Come on, you should know by now. Nothing good comes of reading this sort of book. But it draws you in as you're reading through the lines of Latin. Everyone else seems to be busy in the room. There's no one to disturb you as you delve into your study of this text. I need you to please. A full study will gain you more of this over time, but you're taking in quite a lot in a first reading. First of all, before I forget, please add 5 to your Cthulhu mythos.
I do this much. It's just.
Second of all, please roll me 2d8. And please deduct 9 points from your sanity.
Well, that puts me below the number.
Yes. As you're reading it, as you're sounding out these words, I want you to roll me 1d10 here, please. You're alone in the library currently. And as you're reading this book, we're moving over, you see these pictures, these twisted descriptions. You realize, like, this horror of all sorts of text you have seen so far, this might be the worst. This contains more power. This contains more knowledge and more danger than anything else in the Society's library. And it must be destroyed. And there is a fire burning in the hearth of the library. And you know, this is a belief, so this is channeling a belief of D'Angelo's, which is these things are dangerous. Right? This is, you know how dangerous these things can be, and this book must be destroyed.
Guess I'll destroy the book.
Okay, it's got
That's fine.
these big, heavy parchment pages.
Just
It's going to take you
toss
some
it
time to
into the
burn it, but yeah,
flames.
start to prepare and toss bits into the fire. The fire, the crackling of the flames, and the smell of, I guess, I don't know what burning parchment smells like. I guess a little like burning leather.
Probably not good.
Not a good smell coming from the direction of the library.
Not to mention the ink.
Yes,
Burning.
ink and parchment crackling away. The rest of you are, I think, only like a room or so away. Don't know if, depending on how busy you are, if you wish to give me I guess a listen for hearing what's going on, or in absence of a smelling stuff check, a spot hidden for spot hidden. Yes?
Yes, spot hidden is technically a
Yeah.
smell one as well, because I use it to sniff out the snake people.
Yeah. One day I'll add all 5 senses as separate skills. There'll be listen, spot hidden, smell hidden, taste hidden, and the worst of all, just touch horrible secret hidden thing. Oh, this is well. So Max, so you don't have to make the roll if you are busy, but currently,
Oh, that's true.
So
Sure, let's go and see if I'm just
Mortimer, you can smell what sounds like someone burning some. Perhaps someone's burnt some cooking, or there's definitely a burning smell coming from the direction next door. There's definitely quite a strong burning smell, and
You can smell it, but he's not too
Yeah.
bothered. He's busy doing what he's doing.
John, you hear a sound your ears are almost fine-tuned for. The sound of someone ripping the bindings of a book.
Yes, exactly.
The sound of book damage you can hear from the direction of the library.
That sounds like somebody's destroying a book. I know that sound.
Yeah, you better check that out.
Yeah, and I'll go to.
I'll have to finish up here. Miss
I'll
Smith,
stay here and help.
yeah, I need to update you on what's been going on. I couldn't really tell you before, but I can now. Some people wouldn't understand that, so I wanted to make sure your guests had left.
Okay, whilst Mortimer is updating Elsie, we're just going to hop over to the library. Where John, you enter, you can see D'Angelo. So D'Angelo, you are currently temporarily insane. John, what you see is you can see the fire in the hearth licking up, and you can see framed in front of it as smoke billows out around him is D'Angelo Williams in the process of destroying this very large ancient tome.
No, D'Angelo, no! What are you doing? What's going on? Stop!
D'Angelo's gone full catatonic and is just almost robotically throwing things into the flames.
Yeah, I'm going to try to push him away from the fireplace, the hearth.
Okay.
Try to get him.
Give me a fighting roll here. Trying to shove him, trying to like put yourself between him and the flames. Protect the... No, he's quite firmly planted, and you're not that strong.
And I'll yell out, I need help in here.
Yeah, those of you next door hear that shout.
I'm assuming I've probably done as much as I can with Max anyway.
At the moment, the bandages are off. It's not been fully re-bandaged yet,
Okay.
but
Don't go
Oh,
anywhere.
this will last.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere, Max. I need to find out what's happened with our librarian friend.
I'll stay here. I can rebandage. If any, has Agnes come in with the
yes.
herbs yet?
Not with the herbs. No, she's still looking for things.
Okay.
Would that be too quiet for me to have heard?
You
I'm
are upstairs. Give me a listen roll. Let's see if you are paying attention.
Oh, 1 second. I just closed my character sheet.
You always say that spot hidden's the overuse skill in the game. I feel that I'm trying to give listen its fair share of the overuse.
I like that.
Because it's quite a big. I was gonna say it's quite a big house, and apparently you are doing.
Am I asleep?
I think you're
since
probably. If you went
actually
upstairs,
asleep?
were you actually trying to go to sleep? Because
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
get natural, organic sleep.
yeah, you're asleep.
My God, somehow my fumble is a cure to my insomnia. I don't even want to know how you're gonna.
Yeah,
punish
you're
me
there
for that,
asleep.
but
You've still got your shoes on. Like, it's been an exhausting couple of days.
Oh God. All right, nappy nap.
But yeah, so Maximilian's still in the other room, but Mortimer's gone running into the library. You can see D'Angelo and John, they're tussling by the fire. Well, John tussling, D'Angelo.
Yeah, and I'll see the book because it's massive.
Yes. Well, it's less massive than it was.
Well, it's slightly slimmer than it was. I'll rush in as well and try to grab the book to throw the book away, like on the floor rather than in the fire.
Yeah, give me. I'm gonna say this is essentially this is a maneuver. Give me a fighting brawl. Try and rip the book from D'Angelo's hands. D'Angelo, are you trying to resist this, or are you just like?
Purely because it's fun, absolutely. I don't have enough luck.
No. Yeah.
But he is insane as well, so he's going to fight
Mortimer, you tear the book from D'Angelo's hands.
and just throw it to the floor.
Yeah.
What were you doing to that book?
Burn the book. Burn the book. We have to burn the book. Burn the book. We have to burn it. Burn the book.
We
have to
managed
burn the
to
book.
burn in the book, but not just yet.
And Keeper, are there any bits of pages left in the fire that I can pull out?
Yes. Give me a luck roll here. Actually, no. Let's make it a dex roll or sleight of hand.
Okay.
Not just because you're an insanely lucky man, just because I think this is.
I will. Can I spend the luck on that?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I need the 3 points. Come on.
Yeah. You pull 3 charred pages from the fire without burning yourself in the process.
Okay. I put them aside, out of reach of D'Angelo.
Well, how badly burnt are they, Keeper?
Those 3 pages that remain of the ones that are in the fire are like, one of them is half the page is gone, the other 2 are singed around the edges. There are several pages that are completely gone, that have been burnt up by the flames.
Well, yeah. 1 half gone and 2 barely scorched, really. And the ones that were burnt away in the fire.
Yeah, you'd reckon that about half the book is gone. Pardon?
Yeah, it dropped out. I didn't hear you.
Me?
No, Elsie.
Oh.
I said half?
Yes, about half the book is gone. D'Angelo had a good chance to do some burning before the smell or sound reached anyone else's ears.
And the rest of it.
Well, actually,
Burn the rest of the book.
I'll pick up the book and the pages that were damaged, and I'll take them with me to the room where Max is so I can finish doing what I was doing.
Okay, so you're just bundling up the singed and still smouldering pages and just marching back out.
Pretty much.
I'm cleaning the wound using the clean boiled water. I'm still cleaning it while he's been gone.
Yeah. Give me a first aid roll, please. Let's see if you're doing a good job of this.
No.
You can choose to push this roll if you want. However, if you push it and fail it, you stand the chance of making things worse.
You know, I'm gonna push it.
Okay. Yeah, so you're managing. You think at first, like, bandages are just slipping out of your hands, like you've got it half rolled around, it's not working. But then you know, a bit more time, a bit more patience, and you've managed to do a good job of rebandaging the cleaned wound. Yeah, Mortimer, you head back into that room. John, you're left in the library with the fire and the insane D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, what got into you? What happened?
We have to burn the book.
Why? Why? No. Book burning is bad. What did you see?
It is dangerous. I warned you all about the book, and now we've gone too far. We have to burn it. Help me burn. Help me burn the book, and we can still be saved, Mr. Greaves.
You have to tell me more. I can't do that. Tell me, what did you... Why do we have to burn it?
There isn't any time to talk about it, Mr. Greaves. D'Angelo's going to go after Dr. Mortimer.
No, stay here, please. Just relax. Calm down.
John, are you trying to physically stop him?
Not at first, but I will try to get in front of him to keep him from leaving the room.
He's in your way, D'Angelo? Do you want to let things be, or push past him? You know that this dangerous book is still out there.
No. I'm weak. I will still try to push past him.
John Greaves is an old man. He's 50. He's almost dead.
Alright, well, if we're contesting this will be some fighting brawls. Yeah, so as you're trying to push past John, John's trying to stand in the way, and then John, you feel as you're like trying to brace yourself against him, like your foot slips on the rug. There's a thud as you hit the ground. For 1 point of damage. It's mighty thud as you hit the ground, and D'Angelo, your route is free.
The battle librarian has been bested.
Yes, it's fallen in combat in brave defense of a book.
No king rules forever, John. Don't let it kill your confidence.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't see it, that was a fumble.
Yes. Mortimer, watch out! He's coming.
Well, basically, once I'm in the room, the book, I'll just throw it. I'll put it under the sofa or whatever Max is on.
You're trying to hide it.
And, why not? Miss Smith, D'Angelo was burning this book we had just recovered from the maze in Severn Valley.
Okay, D'Angelo, as you enter the room, give me a spot hidden, please. This is all happening, reasonably quickly.
Please keep in mind, I am crouched down as I was just bandaging Max's arm, and I am wearing skirts.
Yes.
Okay, so it would hide the view of the bottom of that couch.
Ah, yes.
Can I offer a different role?
What is your role here?
Can I use my knowledge of psychology and Dr. Mortimer to figure out where he would hide a book?
This man is diabolical.
I've been working with Dr. Mortimer for a while.
Okay, yeah, give me a psychology. As you enter the room, if you can see, if is Mortimer's eye falling on this section,
But I could also conceal that with a stealth roll, possibly.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll. See if you can avoid like looking at the direction where you've hidden it. If you can.
Nope.
So, D'Angelo. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, D'Angelo enters the room, and Mortimer, you're looking. Your eye just flick right to where you just put it, like just instinctively. Yeah. D'Angelo, you know where it is. That is an extreme psychology roll success against a fumble on a stealth roll. Like, yes, it
Open
is.
book.
It is under the chaise longue.
Going for the book.
You go.
And
for the book?
I'm going to get in his way. I am going to make eye contact with him, and I'm going to use domination of will. And I am going to tell him to stop now.
Okay, we've used this spell before, yes, haven't we?
Not as Elsie.
Not as Elsie. Okay, give me a power roll here, please, Elsie. First of all, we're after a hard success for the first time to use a spell.
That is a success, but can I burn luck for that?
You can burn luck, or you can push it.
Let me burn the luck. That's 4 points.
Okay, 4 points of luck. Okay, I believe this is a contested power roll, so I'm asking for a power roll from D'Angelo as well, please. As I dig up. Okay. Yeah, Elsie, you feel your will close over D'Angelo's. I believe there is a power cost and...
It says 1 magic point and sanity.
Yes, that one. Yeah. This is what are you commanding him to do? What is your command?
To stop and get a hold of himself.
Okay, the first part, you exert your will over. The second part, I'm not give me another sanity roll, D'Angelo, here. Let's see if this shock to your brain is enough to help snap you out of this. I'm not sure. No. But you feel your body seize up under Elsie's command. For a moment, you are unable to move, you're unable to reach towards the book. You are held by her will. Which is probably not doing much for your mental state. In this instant, as Elsie commands D'Angelo to stop, Maximilian, you're there on the chaise longue right next to where this is going on. Mortimer, you've followed, you've gone to the room before D'Angelo, so you're there standing close by as well. If either of you want to do anything, you have a moment.
I'm gonna go grab the book and put it in between myself and the backrest.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be
reaching under, grabbing the book and shoving it behind you.
There you go, it stays with me now.
Mortimer, you are muted.
I wasn't muted on Zoom, I was muted on my mic. Would I be able to tie D'Angelo up with bandages?
I think we only have dirty bandages left, but
I don't think you might.
You can...
Actually, I'll just restrain him.
Okay, you're just going to hold him in place.
Yes.
Okay. D'Angelo, you are held in place as your control of your body comes back to you. John, you'd fallen over in the doorway. you can of course stand up again.
I will stand up.
Or you can stand and lie and examine the ceiling. It is your choice.
No, I will get up. As tempting it is to just lay there. I will get up and try to follow D'Angelo into the other room.
Yeah, you follow D'Angelo and you see Mortimer getting a hold of him, Maximilian taking the book and putting it behind him, and Elsie sort of staring intently at D'Angelo. focused intensity.
And I pull myself free from Mr.
Your free
Mortimer.
only lasts a moment. It is an instant of control. But it has faded. You have control of your body again, even if your mind is a little wobbly.
I mean, I'm still gonna try and get the book. So
Okay, you are being held in place by Mortimer,
That's
so you are
what
going to
I'm
have to
gonna
try and, like, essentially,
I am.
I guess, strength against strength here.
And I'm willing to set to use Dominion again, or Domination again.
Okay, we'll see if he's breaking free. Depends if Mortimer manages to hold him in place. Doesn't look like it at the moment, but Mortimer, if you want to try and hold him, give me a strength roll.
And when John catches up to him finally, he will try to assist Mortimer in restraining him.
Okay. Mortimer, you can have a bonus die because there's two people trying to hold on to D'Angelo. No, he breaks free of Mortimer's grip. He's heading for the book.
I'll spend the 4 points of luck to turn that into a hard success as well, which would tie it.
Okay, that is a tie. Yes, D'Angelo, you are held in place. This is not working. They have overpowered you. There are more of them than there are of you. The book is out of your reach.
We'll lock him up in a room, and I am going to assist with moving D'Angelo from the room that John is in. Or sorry, not John. Max is in, and we'll actually lock him in a spare bedroom where he can't do any serious damage.
Okay, so we're marching D'Angelo upstairs to lock him in a bedroom. Is everyone happy, apart from D'Angelo, with that course of action?
If necessary, we can ask Bo to help us as well.
Yep, get some servants in and drag D'Angelo up the stairs to lock him away. Whilst all this is going on, whilst all this drama is occurring downstairs, Ignatius, you are sleeping.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, you're sleeping. Can I assume from what you said about natural sleep, are you trying to make contact with any horrific entities?
No, I'm so tired. I can't get the thought that I can't get out of my head from what just happened. If you remember when I was sticking the cards on the slimy wall,
Yeah.
and then the battle scene, and then the scraping that the boots made on the floor, and then I only saw bits and pieces of the combat based off of my position and whatnot, but I was in line of sight when Maximilian got hit like the first time, but I could hear it. It's just the swirling vortex. I'm just so tired.
In your dreams, it begins as a nightmare.
As is custom.
You're back in that maze, running, the slick slime beneath your feet, like brushing your fingers. You're placing card after card into this thick slime covering the walls. And as you placing the cards down, you see your hand is getting emptier and emptier. You're running out of cards, and you have this certainty that as soon as you run out of cards, it will get you. The creature that follows you, this rattle of chains, the thud of its footsteps dragging after you. It's getting closer and closer as the cards leave your hands, until there is just one card left. And as this one card left, I want you to give me a spot hidden, please, in the dream.
Can I, because of
Yes.
my background with dreams and my proficiency in dream lore, could I have a bonus die?
Yes. Yes, that is actually fitting given the circumstance. You've been making choice after choice, left or right, then there's a door there. A door that was not there in the maze. There in the black, slick, slimed wall is this painted townhouse door with a brass plaque on it.
Knock, knock, knock.
You knock on the door and it swings open under your touch. And you find yourself not in the hall of the society where this door would normally lead, but at the top of a set of stairs.
Hello? I call out.
No answer comes, but you can hear behind you drag, thud, rattle.
I'm going up the stairs because I've suffered in my dreams. I've had real world ramifications. So up I go.
The stairs lead down. Down.
It's my
into
dream.
darkness.
But yes, I go down.
The stairs lead down. This is your dream, and the stairs are going down. Would you like to try and make them go up?
Actually, yes. Seeing if I have any power in my own dream state would be interesting. How would
Do
I
you
do
have
that?
do you have dreaming on your
I have that
sheet?
dream lore.
Okay. Please create another skill called dreaming and set it equal to your power.
Oh, okay.
And then give that a roll for me, please.
Big money. Ooh, hard
The
success.
stairs go up.
Oh, it's a different game. Ooh. Got my capes. I'm going up.
Up the stairs until they open out into a room that's familiar from your memories. A dark panelled drawing room, the curtains closed, lit by candles circling on the surfaces. A
I know
circle
this
of
room.
people sit within it. Around a table on which sits an object covered in a black cloth.
This room.
This room.
This room. Does anyone turn and look at me?
No.
Stop, you fools! Stop! Stop!
We call upon you. The powers of dream and darkness, we call upon you. You hear Arthur's voice as he brings out this book, begins to read Latin words wrapping around you.
Question.
Yes?
There have been talk of like an artifact that was used in this that's come up several times. Is the book that artifact, or is there something
No.
else on the table?
There is an object covered in black cloth in the center of the table.
Okay. I am going to... what's closer to me? The object on the center table or Arthur?
The object is nearer. Arthur is on the far side of the table.
I am going to yell out, Arthur, this is why your wife cheated on you. And then I am going to dive for the object in the middle of the table.
As you dive for the object in the middle of the table, due to other events, I need you to make me,
A burning roll?
No, this is an intelligence roll.
I'm very fucked.
As you reach for the object, your hands brush against the cloth, and then you are woken by the sound of someone being bodily dragged by a large number of people past the doorway to your room.
I'm strangely familiar with that sound, and I am rethinking my life choices. Okay, I'm there's no way to put this. Ignatius is big mad, as the scientists would say. I was on the cusp of unlocking something in my dream state, and so I shoot out of my bed and I the door. I don't grab any of my cocaine, none of my laudanum, none of my cokes, none of the things that make Ignatius, and I yell, "You fools!
And
What
you
is the
see
meaning
as
of
you
this?"
open the door is, I think, John, Mortimer, Elsie, and Bo the coachman dragging D'Angelo back towards the next guest room.
I'd like to think that somehow I had one card on me, and I go, it was the ace of spades. It really was going to work. God damn it. Okay, so I just walk out, and what is D'Angelo doing in this moment? Is he saying anything? Restraining?
What are you
Fighting?
doing?
He is eerily silent.
What is
Elsie's
the
talking.
What's Elsie saying?
Look, we will only lock you in there until this bout ends. I promise. Sometimes I had to do it, but that was how I was able to get through reading my books and keeping most of my mind sane.
Oh, he's gone off the deep end, hasn't he?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, all right.
pretty much.
I'm an expert at this. I'm gonna help them with D'Angelo, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna lock myself in there with him. If anyone is qualified for this, it is uniquely me.
Yeah. It's best to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't hurt himself as well.
What did he do?
He was trying to burn that book from the maze.
Yeah, he was
I'm
burning
surprised. John, you
he
didn't kill him?
I was trying to, but he overpowered me.
That is embarrassing. I'm gonna pretend that I never heard that because that just completely destroys my image of you. D'Angelo, my boy, my friend, my colleague, my peer, my sacrosanct saint. I'm out of alliteration, so just anyway. Point is, come on, my friend, we'll get through this together. How's Maximilian doing? Was he hurt in this? I mean, he's already
No,
hurt.
he's fine.
Okay.
In regards to this circumstance.
Yes. Okay, I think, could you have a cook bring some food and water? Please, Elsie? As you are the master of this home?
Yes. Yes, I will.
Some nice blankets and pillows.
It's a guest room. There is a bed.
Well, yeah. You see a moment of growth from Ignatius, as there's about 3,700 different caustic things he could say. And I understand that. I'm just asking for maybe something that's especially nice that might give him some more comfort. But your point is well taken. I'm just throwing out
I will
ideas.
bring it momentarily. Let's get you into the room. And I shoo them into the room and I pull out a key to lock the door from this side.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're locking D'Angelo and Ignatius in together.
I have no drugs and no cards to protect myself.
No capes. That's right. You're capeless.
Yeah, I am damn near booty ass naked. Like I'm in, like I don't know what Victorian era drawers look like, but like whatever the minimum is
I guess
definitely-
long johns and
I don't even know what that is. So sure.
He's still wearing shoes.
Am I?
not
Oh, I was
necessarily,
technically.
yeah, technically, but you can.
Yeah, no, I'm not booty ass naked. Then I take that back. I'm just ruffled. But I didn't have my cape. I probably took that off and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, D'Angelo. All right, they're bringing us some food. We got some extra blankets. Let's talk this out. What's going through your head?
Am I still insane?
You are still temporarily insane.
I've locked the door behind us and
You're
gone
locked
down.
in a room with Ignatius. We'll see
Some people
how
pay for
that
this.
goes. We'll get back to you two in just a moment. Whilst all this commotion is going on upstairs, Maximilian, you were left alone downstairs with half a burnt book. Did you want to do anything whilst the others were absent?
Maybe I'm gonna go and look at the book once everyone's left, and look at the stage it is in, and maybe like look at the pages that are left over.
Okay, as in you want to... If I look at it, do you mean read? Or just look?
I might read a couple of pages, yes.
Okay, give me a Latin roll here. Do you
Oh,
begin...
never mind. I'm gonna look at them, notice it's Latin, and then I'm gonna bother.
Yeah, so you look at the pages and like looks like about half the book, not necessarily like the front half or the back half, just chunks of the book are missing. There are still some quite disturbing marginalia and illustrations there, but you can't make head nor tail of the words. It's all Latin to you.
I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna shake my head and put it behind myself. I'm just not gonna let anybody close to the damn thing.
Okay.
That's gonna be alright.
Okay, so upstairs, there's a turn of the key in the lock, and D'Angelo and Ignatius, you're locked in together in the spare bedroom. It's a very nice room. Like all the spare bedrooms and main bedrooms of Grosvenor Square are kept in readiness of being needed at any moment for whichever person has turned up or been acquired by the society. So yeah, the bed is made, the fire is laid, ready to be lit. There's no fire burning in the hearth currently.
Good. No fire. Gets us into all kinds of trouble, I've been told.
D'Angelo is going to cast Create Mist of Relay.
Don't do it. Yeah, when I see him starting to cast a spell,
He starts to sort of mutter, yeah.
I'm gonna run up, and he's restrained. I'm just going to grab my shirt and shove part of it like in his mouth and stop him.
Okay, give me essentially a fighting brawl here for trying to shove a shirt in his mouth before he can complete this spell.
We've fallen so far. You know, if I oh God, I don't even know where it is on my sheet.
But you succeeded in surviving the Hell Maze, and now you face the greatest enemy the society has ever faced. Other members of the society.
Other members of the society. Yeah.
No, you don't manage to get the shirt in his mouth before the spell is complete. D'Angelo, subtract whatever sanity.
Oh, I just opened Augustus's. What in the bluest? Like his is way better, so I would have definitely failed.
The ghost of Augustus Green possesses you for a moment to try and gag someone, but they fail, and this salty air smell fills the room, and the room is now thick with mist.
D'Angelo, please stop.
Is Ignatius blocking the door?
I was literally right like in front of you, so I would imagine so. But please, if anyone here understands insanity, it would be me. Can we at least talk? Can we try to talk this out?
So I don't know if there's like a manipulate role in this game or something, but D'Angelo is going to stay completely silent and use the fear of the dark and unknown to make Ignatius very uncomfortable until he moves. So I don't know if there's like a scare person role for this game or what.
I'm going to say, obviously, you're working against a player character here, so effects are mediated by what they decide to do, but I will say give me an intimidate roll, please, here. To see if this does come across as frightening or...
I'm going to spend the 2 luck to make it an extreme success, because why not?
Yeah, Ignatius, this whole situation is making you... There's this deep primal fear rising within you. What you choose to do about this is up to you, but you can feel this animal instinct that, you know...
No, very good. I like that. So Ignatius is going to fall back. He is going to fall back on what he does best. In moments like this, the justification is I kind of smooth talked a minor god into not fillet of fishing me, right? And I've always been able to talk my way out of something, and I'm going to try to charm him.
Okay, again, I guess this is against like another player.
If this charm doesn't work, I'm going to be freaked out and try to get out of the room.
Effects are
Sweet Mother of God, a 77 failed. So
see,
I
guess how are you failing at your charm? Is it the fear getting in your way?
Yeah.
Or...
So I had a great idea, and the idea was to try to speak to him coming from a place not of empathy or logic, but I was going to try to be like, tell me about this book so we can make a plan to destroy it, even though I had no intent of like trying to like help him, right? And try to get on his side. But every time I try to offer a sentence, it just takes me back to what I experienced in that awful maze in the dream that I just had about it. And like I can't get out more than 3 or 4 words at a time until I slowly just back away till I bump into the door, and then I take a step to the side. I'm completely silent. And then I start pounding on the wall and the door and yell, "Get me out of here. He's gone mad. He's gone mad. He's casting spells."
Okay, so John, Mortimer, and Elsie. After locking the door, what did you do?
Elsie's pocketed the key, and I've gone downstairs to request 2 sandwiches wrapped in napkins, no cutlery, no plates, nothing that could potentially be sharp, and some lap blankets.
Okay. So Elsie has gone downstairs. Mortimer and John, are you still outside the door, or have you gone to do other
Mortimer's
things?
gone back to Max to finish what he was doing and checking him and checking the book at the same time.
And John's gone down with Mortimer because he wanted to check on Max.
Okay. So Ignatius, you bang on the wall and no
Where's
answer
Bo?
comes. Can you give
Where's
me?
Bo?
Bo's gone to check on the horses. He's got
Okay.
coachman things to do. Ignatius, I think the time has come now. Give me a sanity roll of your own, please. You are trapped in a locked room with a madman, and nobody else is there to help. And I think... Give me 1d4, please. This is not too bad, but it could be bad depending on how well... you... Yeah. Yeah, this is... panic setting in. Like, fist hammering on the wall harder.
Okay, then
Shouting louder.
as I start to go crazy, oh, we've come to this. I am going to cast a spell. Going to cast a spell called Abyss of the Mind's Eye, which I have successfully cast. I'm targeting D'Angelo. It's a spell that, if the audience doesn't quite remember, I used to attack the Sandy of a specific maid. And now I'm attacking D'Angelo with it. Because I'm horrified and I don't know what else to do. And this is my only spell.
It's... Okay. Please roll me 1d3 for your loss of sanity points. And deduct 10 magic points as you cast this spell. I need you to make an opposed power roll between you. So this is a power roll from both of you. As Ignatius, you are attempting to cast this, like, power of your mind.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
D'Angelo. Who, maybe just clarify, is already insane currently.
Yep. I am not operating from a place of logic, Keeper. I'm operating from a place of fear.
You lose 5 more points of sanity. And as the rules...
So many.
The rules here specify that you suffer a bout of madness and are temporarily insane. However, you are already temporarily insane and suffering a bout of madness. So, give me another d10, please. As you are now suffering from 2 overlapping bouts of madness, your mind driven and stretched to the brink by books and
Ignatius. I was doing so well. I was turning a new leaf.
As this, your mind shatters even further, and from this splintering of your mind, from being driven even further beyond the brink, you find a new obsession, a new answer, essentially a new mania, a new focus. And I will have a moment to think of a suitable one, and I will get back to you in just a minute. Well, whilst those two are obviously driving each other steadily more and more insane upstairs, we return. Elsie is downstairs arranging sandwiches. Mrs. Bramley will make you some sandwiches in napkins, and she says, "Would you like me to have Agnes take them upstairs, or do you want to take them upstairs yourself?"
I think I shall take them upstairs myself. Currently, we have one of our Mr. Williams is currently not quite right in the head and has attempted to burn down the library.
Oh.
So he's being locked in a room for a little bit until his head clears, and Ignatius offered to go in with. I don't know what's going on there. So these sandwiches are for them, but if you would please, Mr. Greaves, Dr. Davenport, and Mr. Johnson are here, and should have something to eat. Mr. Johnson is injured and so needs some fortifying. So if you would have something for him special. Agnes was supposed to find some herbs that would help with healing, possibly.
Yes, she said she'd gone outside. She was rummaging through the pantry earlier, asking about all sorts of things that I definitely do not keep in the kitchen pantry. Nobody in their sane mind keeps, like, belladonna and wormwood in the kitchen pantry.
No. If she needs to buy those, that's fine.
Yes, she said she was looking for herbs. I can send her up to you when I see her again.
Yes, please.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'll put in one of the fruit scones for Mr. Williams if he's having a bad day. That might help him a bit.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'll take that and stop at the linen closet and pull out the 2 blankets, as requested, and I'll start going upstairs.
Yeah, so as you start to head upstairs, we'll get to you and what you find up there. In a moment. We're just going... First, we'll catch up on John, Mortimer, and Maximilian in the sick room. As John and Mortimer, you return from your little trip upstairs.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't keep happening.
Yeah, it'll pass in time. He just needs time to calm down. Yeah. Anyway, I'll better get on with treating Max here. You can always have a look at the book to see what sort of damage it's done if you want.
I want to look at
just leave it to tomorrow, right? Just let's just not open that thing today. When everybody's like fine, right? If one of you goes nuts right now, who's gonna be left? Just leave it be for today.
They can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah,
there's more important things than reading a book.
Exactly. And I'm just gonna keep the book under my arm as I'm there, just to make sure that nobody's gonna do any weird shenanigans with it. And I'm sure I'm bleeding, but I mean, the pages are booked anyway. It's fine.
Have you bound all these wounds yet? I wanted to have a look at them, just because I wanted to just compare them with what I remembered happening back in Oxford, like where the Star Vampire had fed, if there was any similarity to supernatural wounds or anything like that.
Elsie had wrapped them while you were in the library.
Oh, okay.
But having said that, you would have seen them when they were done as well.
Well, I mean, they hurt me, and then well, they're now closing. Didn't wait?
I'm sure there must be a supernatural way to treat these injuries. I'm just wondering if there's anything in the library here that might help us.
Well, there might have been, but
So, how are you feeling, Max, anyway?
No, same as yesterday. It's hurting. I'm feeling foggy. I don't know.
Well, we need to. You need to rest, grab some food, and we'll see. I'm sure it's time to eat anyway, and we can leave the book till tomorrow. But if we get a chance, we might have a look in the library tonight. See if we can find any information that'll help.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe it's just like poisoned. There's like poisons, if I remember correctly, that keep wounds open.
It could very well be. There are some, but I've cleaned it, so there shouldn't be poisons as such. But I'm sure we'll find an answer. I mean, we've got enough intelligent people. I mean, D'Angelo's one of the smartest people I know, and he knows pretty much everything there is about the cult. Once he calmed down, I'm sure he'll be able to give us some advice on it.
Probably.
He's probably even written a book on this sort of thing.
Okay, yes, lots of questions, but they will probably require more research. I think before we go to break, I think we should just catch up with upstairs as Elsie arrives at the door of the locked room with 2 sandwiches and a fruit scone. And as you arrive, as you come up the stairs towards the door, you can hear the sound of Ignatius hammering on the walls of the house.
He's crazy. Also, we established last time I cast that spell in this house, ironically, that it gives off a terrible, terrible smell.
That was only because it was the first time you were trying to cast it, so that was an effect. That was the effect of like reaching for magic the first time.
Well, yeah, at least it doesn't smell like ass in there then, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just.
That would be worse. A room full of fog and sulfur sting.
And yeah, it's like you don't want to know where this fog came from. Oh god.
Yeah, so Ignatius is hammering on the wall. D'Angelo, your mind is even further broken in this moment, and Elsie, you're outside the door with sandwiches.
And the fog in the room, has it started to slip underneath the door?
I think so, yeah. So you can hear hammer, you can see mist slipping out from underneath the door of the locked room.
I am going to set the sandwiches and blankets down right in front of the door so the mist doesn't come through the door. And then I'm going to go and fetch a book of calming poetry, if I can find one. And then I will stand outside the room yelling the poetry through the keyhole to try to calm them.
Stop reading to me. He's trying to eat my soul.
Okay. So
I'm going to try to break the door down.
All right, so you're trying to hammer the door down. Elsie is yelling poetry through the keyhole.
At least it's not William Blake, I guess.
Wait, do I need to do a library roll or something?
Give me a library use for
or the type of
with it, you can find some nice relaxing poetry.
That's a hard success.
So yes, you've managed to find, like, the poetry itself is like, it is quite calming, like relaxing poetry, But the scenario in which this is being presented is not calming.
Well, still, I want to try.
Yes.
And I want to try to press them into attempting to calm down through the poetry. I will
Please
read this
help.
book however many times I need to get it.
Please help! The fog is eating me. My legs are falling off.
So as
I have a question
Yes?
before we leave. Did anyone take any of D'Angelo's weapons from him?
I presume that happened, but I am ever so.
I think we would have left them where they were. We wouldn't have dragged you and taken all your weapons, like your sword and that, with you into the room.
basically,
But would we?
I'm going to ask for a look roll from D'Angelo versus a look roll from the people who are carting D'Angelo upstairs as to whether D'Angelo still has any of his weapons. I think you'd probably. So what were you carrying? You were carrying a sword. Was there anything else on your person that was your weapon?
Revolver, wasn't there?
Revolver.
Yeah, my handgun.
So who should do the luck roll for? Was like a group luck roll the lowest, or?
Group look roll. Yes.
I think I've probably got the lowest luck.
39.
Yeah, but you went. Oh, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Elsie was one of the gang.
Was he tied up? He was tied up, wasn't he?
He was held by them.
Oh,
I don't know. No, I think maybe roughly tied up, but not like securely tied with a rope. It's not like
I'm getting shot. Yeah, this is not.
Yeah. So can I have a look roll from whoever has the lowest look out of?
Yeah, I've got 44, something like that.
39.
So from
64.
Elsie, please.
Oh,
And that's an
Elsie.
extreme success.
D'Angelo,
My
all
queen.
your weapons are gone. You have been
My
left
queen.
with. They've possibly, even things you didn't think were a weapon when they were in your pocket. They've taken them off you. But yes, as you're hammering on the door, as Elsie is reciting poetry, as the mist still fogs the room thickly, I think that is going to be where we go to break. Because otherwise I will forget to do a break, and I need more water. So we'll see you back here in 10 minutes time. And we are back. Back in the London Esoteric Society, where Maximilian is suffering an unhealing wound. D'Angelo and Ignatius are locked in a room upstairs. D'Angelo is currently indefinitely insane. And Elsie is trying to calm the situation using the power of poetry. Give me, as we lack a reciting a poetry roll, a charm roll, please. Let's see how calming this poetry.
That is a hard success.
This is indeed quite calming poetry. The fog in the room is growing a little thinner now. D'Angelo, your active bout of madness is fading. The need at the forefront of your mind is fading towards the back. You are currently still indefinitely insane underlying it, but the active bout of madness is over. You feel calmer. You're more in control. You see the frantic efforts of the last hour or so in coming to focus now. You're sort of realising the cause of your actions. Although they seem perfectly logical ones, but perhaps there is a better way to do this. Ignatius, I don't think you'd actually hit a bout of madness, but
I'm 3 points away, per my
you're
sheet.
3 points away. But yes, D'Angelo seems to have calmed a little. The mist is thinning, and Elsie's soothing voice is reciting poems from outside the locked door.
Oh, I think it will pass. This madness, this gas. See, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work when I have many talents. I can't. Poetry is not one of them. Elsie, could you maybe read a little louder?
Very well. And then I will continue into the next poem. After a while, you learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and chaining a soul. And you learn that love doesn't mean leaning, and company doesn't mean security. And you begin to learn that kisses aren't contracts, and presents aren't promises. And you begin to accept your defeats with your head up and your eyes open, with the grace of a woman, not the grief of a child. I will continue this poem if you guys want, but if you want to move on for the next time.
Elsie continues this poem through the door, but you are still locked in. Downstairs, John, Mortimer, and Maximilian are together in the room when Agnes enters, carrying a basket of various leaves and fruits. Sorry, sir. I was looking for Miss Smith. She...
Oh, that's okay. I think she was upstairs. I don't think she'll be long.
She asked if I could get her any herbs for helping with a wound gone bad.
It's not really gone bad. It's not healing.
Oh.
It seems to be an unnatural injury, supernatural one. We had a bit of a scuffle, we'll say, with a minor god in a maze. And the injuries aren't...
You found the maze?
We found the maze, we walked the maze.
It's real.
It really is. And we encountered the creature that's in the maze, that's been there for about 4 centuries. But yeah, it's not pleasant, and the injuries don't seem to be healing up, so we're looking at other options. I've got a few ideas, but I'm not sure of either of them.
Well, if it was a god that hurt him, then all you can do is pray, I suppose.
Well, that's the thing. Another one would probably be able to heal it, potentially. I'm thinking the wound's supernatural. We may find a supernatural way to heal it. I've got an idea in mind, but there's always a cost to pay for these things.
As long as we're not tacking ourselves to the next god, we were trying to get rid of one already.
Exactly the catch.
That'll be fine. I just eat a lot of I don't know, blood sausage or something, so I get my iron up.
Oh, I
And
can get Mrs. Brownlee to get you a nice bit of black pudding. No, that's no bother.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But yeah, there will be a way to fix this. We just don't know yet what we could do. Yeah, thank you for these herbs. Which ones are which?
We've got pennyroyal, wolfsbane, belladonna, rosemary, and licorice root, burdock, and willow bark.
You've done a great job getting hold of all these. How did you find them all?
I went rummaging around the gardens and other people's gardens, and I got the willow bark off the tree in the square. And look, I didn't really have a chance to get everything, and there's some stuff
it's okay. You've
I've
done
never
a great
seen anywhere
job.
else, not the goat's wood.
That's true.
Like, you really want some mother's footstep mushrooms, but I've never seen those anywhere else.
I'm sure these will be a great help. Everything will help in this case.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you for your time and your help in this. I need to go and check to see if the library's got any information on these sort of injuries before. Not sure. Do you want to have a look, John? You've
Yeah, sure. Anything in particular,
around the library.
you want me to? Anything in particular you want me to?
Supernatural wounds that aren't healing.
All right, yeah, I'll look
How
for
to
that.
treat them.
Okay. So is that...
Library spells?
Yeah, so as we move into the afternoon, John, are you searching the library for information? What does everyone else like to do for the afternoon of this day? And how long do you want to leave Ignatius and D'Angelo locked up upstairs? And
I would say at least until dinner, but I want to provide them their sandwiches and blankets. So I will go downstairs. I will request Bo and at least Dr. Davenport, maybe John Greaves, to assist with keeping them in the room. So that I can give them their items and hopefully they will not escape the room. I will tell them what happened while they were busy.
yeah, so D'Angelo, as I said, your bout of madness is face, you are able to act much more like a calm and reasonable person now. Even if the wobbliness is there underlying. Yeah. Bo the coachman is there as muscle. And as you open the door to give them their lunch, you see the room, the mist having drifted away now and thinned, and Ignatius and D'Angelo doing whatever it is they're doing now, trapped in this room together.
Are we so crazed that we're like playing patty cake and just babbling at one another?
You're no longer like actively mad in this bout of madness, so it's up to you how you're coping with this situation.
Were there any books or anything to like pass the time in the room? Does that be like a luck roll or something?
There may have been one or two books on the table side of the bed.
Yeah, I'm going to say give me a luck roll for whether they're interesting.
Very good. No, God, no. This book is about sobriety, and no.
No, it's not about sobriety. It's about romance.
Yes, it is a terrible, like, I think at this point we've got essentially, I don't know, like, I guess the equivalent of like a dime novel romance, like a penny, like, not a penny dreadful, but like a penny romance. It's just formulaic and badly written. And there's also some of Cynthia's knitting patterns.
I'm like leafing through it, and I'm like, how does he get her money? What is this? What do you mean they elope and run away from the inheritance? What is this? And I take the book and I hand it to D'Angelo. I say, burn this. This would be a book worth burning.
D'Angelo's writing in his personal book. He does when he's just planning things out for his novels.
D'Angelo?
Yes.
I feel like we need to talk man to man here.
I do not think so.
D'Angelo, can I make a psychology check to see what's going on here?
Yeah, you can try and sort of understand what is going on.
Not even remotely close. Okay.
No.
D'Angelo, I'd like to explain myself at the very least. Would you hear me out?
What is there to explain?
I came in here trying to help you, and I didn't handle it very well, and it's dawning upon me how much I seem to be like an escalator, like something bad is happening, and I make it worse, or, and this happens much less frequently, something bad is happening, and I improve it, and I wanted to apologize for attacking you with a spell.
There's no need to apologize. People who are afraid act as they will.
Are we still friends, D'Angelo?
You're fine.
I admire the way that you can answer a question both directly and cryptically at the same time. That's why Mr. Green loved your book so much. I can tell that you're busy, and normally I do magic tricks or something to pass the time, but since we are locked in here, maybe you could ask them to let us out? My voice seems to have fallen upon deaf ears.
They will open the door in time.
Is there a window in this particular room?
There is, yes.
How many feet up would you say?
So, ground floor's library, parlour. But minimum, we're on the second floor, third, fourth floor for Americans. I'd say we're on the third floor of like quite a high ceilinged London townhouse. So it's quite a long way down. There is a drain pipe running down from the roof that you could conceivably attempt to climb down, should you wish to.
How long have I been in this room?
That is a good question.
2-3 hours?
Somewhere between 2 or 3 hours. However, there is not a clock in this room, so it depends if you've got a pocket watch.
I'm not that. I do, but I don't have it on me.
Yeah.
I'm not that desperate, but I will ask. Is anyone by the door?
I think at that point I'm knocking on the door to let them know, hey, I've got sandwiches.
Can we please come out? We've both calmed down, and I will absolutely accept those sandwiches if the answer is no.
I will look at Dr. Davenport and Mr. Greaves. Do you think it's all right? Perhaps after we open the door and see how they're reacting.
Well, it's very unlikely both of them will be mad. Should be fine.
All right. I unlock the door.
I take a step back and I have my hands at my side, palm out so I'm not holding anything. I would just like to leave.
Here's a sandwich for you. And a sandwich.
I eat it voraciously. Thank you, Elsie. Could I go sleep on a couch? I've had enough for bedrooms. Please.
I gesture towards the open door.
Thank you. You're most magnanimous, most kind, most gracious, a true inspiration. And I lower my head in shame, just absolute palpable shame. And I just walk out and go down to where I know the nearest couch to be. And I just collapse on it. I don't try to fall asleep, but I'm just looking up at the ceiling, pondering what a failure I made.
Mr. Williams, here's a sandwich if you're hungry.
Thank you. You can leave it over there. Would not want to frighten you.
I will set it on one of the surfaces in the room. Are you well now? I tried to help with calming you with the poetry.
I noticed.
Unfortunately, when it comes to reading the books, sometimes it is better to have somebody who can pull you from the book before too much delves in.
Perhaps you're all correct.
Are you able to objectively assess your state of mind at this point?
Of course.
And how do you feel?
Fine.
Yeah. I say normally this would be difficult to know whether you are sane or not.
I know
But
these
D'Angelo
men.
is very good at understanding the human mind. We have established that he is, in fact, one of the foremost experts of psychology in the world right now, I think.
Right, that's why I was asking that particular question.
Yes. So I would allow D'Angelo, if he wishes to try and understand his own mind, to give me a psychology roll.
Sure. Sounds fun. Do I get an extra dice since it's my own mind?
No! I might give you a penalty die because it's your own mind. I mean, you don't feel like you understand yourself as well as you can understand other people around you, but you know enough to know that what you read in that book deeply disturbed and affected you, and you are not entirely of your right mind at the moment.
I'm fine.
So what's your current feeling towards the book that you were previously studying?
It is dangerous, as all this magic is, and you all would be better to get rid of it and all the other sources, but they belong to you.
Okay, well, that's quite an improvement. I say that to Elsie.
I'm sorry I had to lock you in the room. I did not want you to harm anyone or anything before we understood where we were with everything. I hope you can forgive me for that.
There was nothing unusual about your actions. I see no need to forgive you for anything.
If you excuse me, and I will step out of the room. I'll leave the blankets on the bed and the sandwich on, I guess, the bedside table, leaving the room, and I will not lock the door or close it.
Okay.
Okay. You were going to say something? Yes.
I was going to say, as you leave D'Angelo in the room, essentially what is everyone spending the rest of this afternoon doing? As the initial panic, the terror caused by that book seems to be faded. Currently the book itself, I believe, is still downstairs and behind Maximilian. But yes, whether D'Angelo wants to stay in his room, whether anyone wants to do any perusing of books, if there's anything anyone wants to do with the rest of that day, please let me know.
Well, I'd taken a break from looking through the library for the supernatural wound things. But I'd go back to it.
Roll. Yes, taking a break.
Yeah, I think
I
we'll
would,
be checking the library as well.
I would actually make my way to the library because I have a question for a couple of the members.
I will actually leave the house.
Okay.
My way to the university's library.
Okay. Are you going alone, or are you taking Cynthia with you?
I will bring Cynthia with me.
Somehow missed all this drama that just happened. She'd popped out to see her cousin down the road.
She waves her hands and steps away when things like this happen in the house.
Yes, she steps away. She knows that some things she doesn't want to know.
And can I spend this 7 points of luck to make that an extreme success?
Yes, you can. So yeah, Elsie, you're heading over to one of the university libraries. I guess University College or King's College or...
I think King's College. I will be, I guess, looking into the medical fields library. if they have one, and I want to look for unusual cures. Maybe since I did get a look at the wound, it's going to look gangrenous to me. And see if there's any cures for that, as well as anything that might be out of the ordinary for any sort of rare diseases.
Okay, yes. Give me a library use roll, please.
Oh, that is the wrong button. Sorry, I pressed the wrong one. There you go. Success.
Okay.
If you'd like, I can spend luck to make that a hard success.
That is entirely up to you.
In that case, I will. I'll spend 4 luck.
Okay, so everyone is busy reading and studying the books, looking for answers.
Well, I was going
Of
to the library.
course.
I was looking for some LES members.
Yes, you find John and Mortimer both there pouring through books.
I will wait
And,
quietly.
Maximilian, are you joining them in the library? Or are you still?
You're muted.
I was going to ask Keeper, was it possible that Mortimer could have checked his own library, his own books, if John was checking the ones here?
Yeah, you could have headed over to your bookshop.
That would make sense, because we could check both at the same time.
So John and Elsie have left.
I'm staying right there, making sure that nobody goes to that book, and then just trying to heal as good as possible, as well as possible. Might just take more time, right?
D'Angelo would like to speak with Mr. Maximilian.
Okay, yeah, so D'Angelo has come downstairs to talk to Maximilian, and Ignatius has come downstairs to the library and found John. We'll start with Ignatius and John, whilst I have a think about what all these library use rolls may yield.
Greaves.
Ignatius, how are you, man?
I'm a loser. I went into the room to help D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
He cast a spell because he's crafty. He's crazy. He was crazy, but crazy like a fox.
Obviously, at the moment, yeah.
And then he used mind games on me to scare me because he's crazy like a fox. And then in my panic, I used that spell that I know. That one. You know that one.
I don't know it, really. I don't know the magic, but...
It's the effect it has.
Yeah. You both seem to be okay at the moment.
I don't know how you do it, and Mortimer does it, and Maximilian does it.
Do what?
When you're in these horrible, stressful, terrible situations, and you don't just fuck everything up. You don't just make an ass of yourself. You act with calm and grace and abilities to not just do things. Like it's when I'm not in these situations, I'm so smooth. And I can talk my way out of almost anything and everything. It's easy. Sometimes I get bored. But in these situations, it's so terrible. I just don't know. I don't know if it's just because I'm so flamboyant. I don't know if it's just a part of my personality that I have to deal with. If I can mitigate it, if I have to accept it. I don't know. I don't know why this foolishness, it just overtakes me. The absurdity courses through my veins.
How old are you, Ignatius?
32.
See, you're a young man yet. These things come with time.
I should have been married multiple times over. I want to sit and go through these books and try to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
then
some of
I've
them are
learned,
okay. Some are dangerous.
I know, but I don't do well with. Do you know how I learned that spell?
How's that?
It was in that stupid fucking book, the one that I brought. And I sat and I learned it, not even realizing that I was learning a spell. Because I didn't know fuck all. I just showed up to these occult things because I didn't have to go to class and I get passing grades, and there was buggery. There was sin. There was chicanery. There was free narcotics. There was jiggling. You know, everything that every person should indulge in, quite
Oh,
frankly. The jiggling, especially. I like the jiggle. Anyway, the point that I am making, John, is that I cannot fool myself. I cannot divorce myself from my base instincts. I'm like a charming hedonist who dives into the face of craziness, into a mouth of madness, and I bellow into it.
But this makes you a great man.
I'm obviously amazing. There will never be
Yes.
another
No, there will never be
Ignatius.
another
But
Ignatius
not
such as
all
yourself.
greatness is truly great. You could be a great man, but a terrible man. I am a great man, but an absurd man.
Well, you mitigate the terribleness with your capes.
This is a fact well grounded in science, but I can't. My inclination is to grab a book and to sit down and to do research and to sharpen my mind.
I highly recommend that.
But then when my mind is sharp, that blade just stabs into the wrong places. It's like I'm a whirling ball of variance, and quite frankly, I'm shocked that Maximilian hasn't shot me yet.
Give him time.
No, I don't. Hope he actually has the time, quite frankly. But anyway, if you could hand me a book that would be useful for reading but isn't dangerous, I'd like to make myself useful.
And I will select one that I think is appropriate. Very Ignatius.
John, this is a coloring book. Why? How did you?
But you don't just disregard the coloring part. Just read about the the herbology that.
See, spot, run. John, I'm thinking about striking you now. Give me a serious book.
I mean, humor is an important thing in these trying times. So, and I'll give you an actual, legitimately good book to read.
Okay, John. I'm gonna sit down right next to you and I'm gonna do the work. I am literate. I'm college educated, though I never got my degree. I can put my mind to it. I'm also sober, which is weird. So I'm just gonna read.
Okay, have some reading. As in, by reading, are you joining in the hunt for medical knowledge?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm looking for the pertinent knowledge. Is that a library use?
Yes, that would be a library use roll, please.
Oh, sweet. How did I fumble a library check? John, I start eating the book.
Ignatius, no, I've already done this, and I'm done with this today.
No, it's wholesome. I need the fiber. I need the fiber.
How does one fumble a library use
A
roll?
paper cut. I lose my hand.
You're
The
studying.
fire's still going.
I was going to say the fire is going to go. You're flicking your way through this cramped, handwritten notebook that you've got hold of, and it's quite hard to read the words. You bring them a little closer to the light of the fire to see them, and there's a as the paper catches light and fire races across the dry paper of the book.
No, pull it out, put it out.
No. I start punching the book. No.
To clarify, your method of putting out the fire is to punch the book.
I'm panicking, correct? Can we agree that I'm panicking?
Yes.
Then I'm going to play. Then I'm going to play it like I am panicking.
Right. And I'll just
punching
try.
fire does not seem effective. Take 1 point of damage from burning yourself by punching fire.
All right.
The
Let
book
it
is
be
still
known
on
that
fire.
I was the first firefighter in the group.
Yes.
And I will find something to try to smother the book. Just cushion or something to put over
Yes.
top of it.
I'm gonna say, give me a look roll here, John.
Okay.
Oh my
Nah!
god. No, John. John.
He pours gasoline onto the book.
You push it onto the book. The cushion catches fire.
No.
No.
You have gone from having a burning book to now having a burning book, a cushion that's on fire, part of the rug has started to catch light. The flame is getting bigger. What are the two of you doing?
Okay, I'm going to. What would be a roll that I could make to try to put out the biggest fire, please?
I'm gonna say this could be, I guess, how are you trying to put the fire out? Are you looking for something to smother it with? Are you looking for some liquid?
Yeah, I'm looking for something to smother.
Okay, give me a spot hidden. Let's see if we can spot something quickly that will.
Extreme success.
Yes, there is. There's a vase of flowers on the side. There is a kettle full of tea, like a teapot. Both are full of water. There's also like
I'll take the big, whichever one
a
would have
cape.
more
One of
water.
your capes hanging on the back of the chair. That's probably
No,
not very
that to keep her.
flammable.
Let's not be absurd here. Don't
Yeah.
you ever say that again. I'll forgive it
Yeah.
this one time. I will grab the thing that has the most water.
Yeah, so that's probably the big vase of flowers.
All right. What roll do I need to make? Do I need to make a?
You don't need to make a roll for
Okay. I'm going
this.
to put out the
Actually,
fire.
no. Give me a dex roll. Let's see if you can get this faster before the flower spreads.
All right. I'm gonna jinx myself.
If you
by
fumble
pointing
this,
out.
then
I'm
this
very
could be the day
good.
that the library burns down.
And by very good, I mean I have a 40 in dexterity. Extreme success.
You douse the flames.
John, look at me. Look at me, John.
Yes,
Eye to
yes,
eye.
Ignatius. Yes,
I
sir.
could not read, so I got closer to the flame. I panicked, I punched the fire. Then you panicked, and you got stuff more on fire. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
Well,
They're
it would
going
be
to
helpful.
ask.
It would be
They're going to
helpful.
ask. They're going to ask what happened. We're going to be either non-committal
Things
or
happen.
blame this on D'Angelo, and then if they see through our fuckery, then we'll admit what happened. Because I don't want to have to say out loud, I punched a burning book. I don't know what you were doing. You were just kind of flailing about.
Well, I was panicking because you were panicking.
I don't blame me for your lack of coordination. Battle librarian, I'm starting to think that you're less battle and more librarian.
Okay. Well, with the fire out and the library not burnt down, we're going to go across to Maximilian, because I believe D'Angelo said he wanted to go and speak with him. So this is the room, just like, I think we're across the hall from the library. Perhaps down a little. This is prior to the library fire incident. So, I mean, the library fire incident that definitely did not happen.
Did we hear all of that? If it's across
This
the
has not
across
yet
the hall?
happened. This has not yet happened.
Oh,
This is
Cool.
before that.
Hello, Mr. Maximilian.
Mr. D'Angelo, how are you doing?
I'm fine. You do not look better.
I think this just takes more time. I've still got the book, like.
Have you searched for answers inside the book?
No, I can't read Latin. I'm just making sure that no one is reading that damn thing alone anymore. Because obviously now that this happened earlier, everyone is like, okay, what information do we need from that? How important is it? I'm not wanting anybody to lose their mind over this without others being there to intervene or to help or to stabilize. So I'm just gonna keep it there. I can't go anywhere anyway. I mean, I could, but I'm not really a help in that situation. So I can just, I'm just taking care of that thing.
I'd like for you to give me the book.
I don't think I'm going to.
You have to have assumed that your injuries aren't natural.
Yeah.
And I'm amongst the only people, and arguably in Europe, that could figure out how to help you.
I know. I just don't want this to be a thing that is done without. Let's just do that tomorrow, once everybody is a little bit more collected after the events of today.
Do I not seem collected to you?
You do. Then again, I'm just not good at reading people. You seemed collected before you went, and then you burnt half the book.
That is because these sources of magic should not exist. But I can accept that you need assistance. Besides, I would not be alone this time. You would be here. And I imagine the others are close enough. I also don't have any sharp objects.
Let's just take a while with that. It's not gonna run away.
What if you run out of time? What if that creature's last attempt was to find a way out of the maze by transferring its essence into you?
That'd be inconvenient.
It would. You would become quite a danger to everyone in London. Not to mention you'd have to endure whatever cursed form of life that would be.
Well, I'm assuming that it's going to be a cursed form of life, regardless if we're not going to be able to help Ignatius. But still, I don't think we're that pressed for time. I haven't gotten worse in the last day, so I'm not seeing why another day would make a lot of a difference.
Because you do not know what is in the book.
I know. I mean, what did you read that was so so dreadful that it made you react like that? Can you maybe just tell me from recollection?
It was dangerous. This being that Ignatius seems to be speaking with is amongst one of these dark gods. That book shows you how to deal with them. I was only trying to get rid of the ones that taught you how to summon them, and I believe I've done that. It would be better to get rid of the entire book, but if I can use it to assist you at least once, it would be better for everyone. I do not want to see you become a monster, nor do I want to see that creature freed from its prison.
I'm gonna pick myself up and scooch to the side a bit and point to the space I've freed up. And then I'll open up the book on my lap. I'll keep the book in hand, but I'll open it up.
What are you trying to do?
Take a seat.
I don't have a read of the book, but he is primarily he's trying to manipulate the situation so he would be able to slowly get more control over the book, not actually read it. So if he can recite some Latin-esque words to make it sound like he's reading.
Okay.
You're trying to essentially pretend to read aloud from this horrible book.
Yes.
Give me a fast talk roll here, please.
Can you be psychology instead? I'm much better at that.
No. Maximilian, you don't need to be very insightful and able to read people to realize that this is a ploy. How you choose to respond to that knowledge is up to you.
I'm just gonna close the door, close the book again. I'm like, let's just. I don't think this is any way worth our time right now. We'll do it together with the others. It's probably better that way. And I'm just gonna pat you on the back a bit.
Okay.
D'Angelo's gonna reach for the book when Maximilian pats him on the back.
All right.
You can pull. You can pull the book away. Like,
I'm gonna pull it away.
You can see him going.
Two arms versus one. I think D'Angelo.
I mean, you can.
If
you can try.
If you want to carry on and try and snatch it,
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it.
You can.
I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight back if you try.
Yeah, this is we're back to fighting brawls here.
I'm gonna try. Not enough luck for that either. Well, no, it's I don't have enough.
No. Maximilian snatches the book. You, not today. You're going to need to find some other way, some other day, some other chance to get hold of it. Now is not that chance.
D'Angelo will go and collect his things.
Okay, so as D'Angelo goes to collect his things, others are busy reading and studying. Mortimer, looking through your own personal collection, you're looking for, I guess, descriptions of unusual wounds.
Yeah.
And
unusual wounds that aren't being able to be treated by normal medicine, basically, particularly bite marks, but
you don't find any accounts that match up with what the wounds Maximilian suffered. You do find like various. You've got medical texts and.
True, but what about wounds that are also affecting the mind as well? Because his collection is just rare books.
I'm gonna say you don't really have anything. Like wounds, people who are injured do seem to be, affected by the fact they are injured. They are listless or they are distracted by pain.
True.
That is fairly normal, that people's mental state would be affected by physical injury to their body. There's nothing that seems to specifically match up with someone being bitten by a lesser god in dubious circumstances. You do find a large packet of sort of descriptions of unusual wounds and injuries, however, non-healing in that they were found on bodies, as the work and study of your friend Victor Peterson, the mortician who catalogues those killed by all manner of unusual creatures. So he doesn't, obviously when bodies get to him, they are already dead.
Yeah,
but his work and his interest is in understanding unusual creatures and the injuries caused by unusual creatures.
Yeah, so he might be a source of information. And I might find out what he's been keeping in his experiments.
Maybe. Meanwhile, over at the library of King's College London, Elsie too is perusing the stacks, looking at medical texts. Amongst, I think, a lot of medical texts that you don't necessarily have the medical knowledge to decipher and understand. I don't believe you. Do you have any points in medicine? Or are you down at the 1%?
I have 1 point in medicine, but I have 32 points in first aid, so I don't know if that will assist.
So you don't have academic medical knowledge, so lots of this goes over your head. You do, however, find one interesting looking text. It is not necessarily in the medical text section, but in the general records section is the account of Dr. Samson Delaney and his miraculous cures. A doctor operating out of the East End of London who was struck off for dubious practices and claims to offer miraculous cures to all ailments. That is Dr. Samson Delaney. He's possibly related to a... I don't know if I've used the name Delaney before. We'll say they're relatives. I can't remember. I do like it as a name, so it's one of those ones that keeps cropping up in my brain. And yeah, so you find an account of his miraculous cures and the note that he was struck off and is no longer supposed to be practicing medicine.
All right.
Meanwhile, sorry.
I'm gonna slip this into my pocket without anybody noticing, hopefully.
Give me a stealth or a sleight of hand. Let's have some theft. The subtitle for this session is How to Make Librarians Upset. We've featured book burnings, library theft, people making undue amounts of noise in the library. As you're trying to slip this book in, you see librarian and this bent over man with spectacles looking your direction.
And at that point I do not, and instead I will
you realize it's going to be a risk. If you push this roll and try and steal it, he's going to notice if you fail the roll.
No. I am going to grab a stack of paper and pull a pen out of my pocket and start copying any notes that I might deem worthy of taking from this book so that I can bring it back. I will take note of the title and as well, and any other information on this doctor as much as possible.
Okay, so as you begin to copy these notes down, meanwhile, back at the society, after almost burning down the library, John does manage to find something of use. You find the society doesn't have much in the way of specific medical literature. It's more the weird, the occult. It's more historical and it's archaeological. But there is a slim volume of notes. Not sure whose notes, how long they've been in the library, what they're doing here, how they got here. But they seem to be mentioning the medical and chemical knowledge of the serpent people. That of all the known creatures encountered in this world, they have the most advanced medical knowledge and abilities to poison, to injure, and to cure.
Okay.
Anyone knows how to find them. So.
Very good information. I'll have to talk with Mortimer about that.
Do I notice him finding anything interesting? Sorry to interrupt, Keeper.
Yeah, he is rummaging through books. He pauses occasionally to read one and settles at the end of one of interest. This slim, handwritten volume.
John?
Yes, Ignatius.
Anything promising?
There is, actually. I'm just reading it now.
Let's keep it away from Flame.
Yes, please. I think that we might have a lead on how to cure Max.
Oh,
but,
great! What type of tools do we need?
Well, it looks like we're going to need to talk to the serpent people. Now, I know
what?
I haven't myself, but I know Mortimer and Elsie have experience in that, so I'm going to talk to them about it.
Fuck! I cussed for 2 minutes straight without stopping to breathe.
And as Ignatius fills into this series of inventive, invictive. Like, I think that's when essentially we fade out the society and its chaos. D'Angelo failing to get the book and packing his things. Mortimer and Elsie pouring through libraries, scribbling down notes. As answers of many kinds have been found, but
Questions
problem
remain.
is a long way from solved. And we will see next week where we go with the matter of Maximilian's injuries, of Ignatius's challenge from midnight, of D'Angelo's growing madness and his wish to destroy the book, and, most importantly of all, of Elsie's date at the museum.